Welcome to the Wheel of Wellness by Green Man Wellness, where ancient seasonal practices are brought to life, commemorating the turning of the year. The summer solstice, a celestial event that has fascinated humanity for thousands of years, marks the moment when the sun reaches its highest point in the sky. On this day, the sun appears to pause at its zenith, casting its most direct rays over the northern hemisphere. The world is bathed in brilliant light, and the shadows grow short as the sun lingers overhead, illuminating the landscape with a golden intensity that feels almost magical. This astronomical phenomenon creates the longest day and the shortest night of the year. In many places, daylight can last for more than 16 hours, filling the world with warmth and energy. The extended sunlight not only nurtures crops and wildflowers, but also lifts spirits, inviting people outdoors to revel in the season's abundance. Across continents and cultures, the summer solstice has been a time of celebration and reverence. For millennia, communities have gathered to honor the sun's life-giving power, associating this day with fertility, growth, and the fullness of nature. The blooming meadows and ripening fields become symbols of the earth's generosity, and people express gratitude for the bounty that sustains them. In pagan traditions, this day is known as Litha, a festival that celebrates the sun at the height of its strength. It is also widely recognized as Midsummer, the midpoint of the growing season, when the land is lush and full of promise. Ancient peoples built monuments like Stonehenge to align with the solstice sunrise, marking the occasion with rituals that honored both the sun and the earth. For our ancestors, the solstice was not just a marker of time, but a vital turning point in the agricultural calendar. It signaled the height of the warm, productive months, a time to come together as a community, share food, music and stories, and give thanks for the season's blessings. These gatherings fostered a sense of unity and hope for a successful harvest in the months ahead. Feasting, dancing, and joyful rituals were central to these celebrations. Bonfires were lit to honor the sun's power and to ward off any lingering darkness. People danced in circles, sang songs, and performed ceremonies meant to ensure fertility and abundance for the land, their families, and their communities. The warmth of the fire mirrored the warmth of the sun, and the festivities often lasted late into the glowing twilight. These traditions did more than mark the passage of time. They strengthened social bonds and deepened people's connection to the rhythms of nature. By coming together in celebration, communities reaffirmed their ties to one another and to the world around them, finding meaning and joy in the turning of the seasons. Today, the spirit of midsummer endures. In many countries, people still gather to celebrate with flower crowns, music, and outdoor feasts. Modern festivals blend ancient customs with new traditions, drawing people of all ages to the beauty and wonder of the season. Whether through communal gatherings or quiet moments in nature, the solstice continues to inspire awe and reflection. The longest day of the year invites us to pause and celebrate the light, both in the world and within ourselves. Whether through public festivals, family traditions, or personal rituals, people find ways to honor the sun's journey and the gifts of summer. The solstice is a reminder of our shared heritage and our enduring connection to the cycles of nature. As the sun stands at its zenith, we are offered a moment to reflect on growth, abundance, and the beauty of the present. The summer solstice encourages us to embrace the light, celebrate our achievements, and look forward with hope to the seasons yet to come. The observance of the summer solstice is one of humanity's oldest traditions, stretching back thousands of years, long before the first words were ever written down. Across continents and cultures, ancient peoples watched the sky, noticing the sun's journey and the way its light changed with the seasons. The solstice, when the sun reaches its highest point in the sky, was a moment of awe and mystery, marking the longest day and the shortest night of the year. Stone monuments like Stonehenge in England, built over 4,000 years ago, are aligned with the rising sun on the solstice. This precise alignment reveals a sophisticated understanding of astronomy among ancient builders. These massive stones were not placed at random. Instead, they were carefully positioned to capture the first rays of the midsummer sun, creating a dramatic spectacle that drew people together in reverence and celebration. Such structures served multiple purposes. They were calendars, helping people track the passage of time and the changing of the seasons. They were also temples, sacred spaces where communities gathered to honor the forces of nature. And they functioned as observatories, allowing ancient astronomers to study the heavens and predict important events. The solstice was a key marker in this ancient calendar, signaling a turning point in the year. For early agricultural societies, the sun was the source of all life. Its warmth and light made crops grow, and its absence brought cold and hunger. The summer solstice, when the sun seemed to stand still at its peak, was both a time of celebration and of anxiety. Farmers rejoiced in the abundance of the growing season, but they also knew that after this day, the sun would begin its slow decline, and the days would gradually shorten. The solstice marked the zenith of the sun's power, a moment when daylight reigned supreme. Yet, it also signaled the beginning of the sun's retreat, a reminder of the cyclical nature of time and the delicate balance between light and darkness. This duality gave the solstice a special significance, blending joy with a sense of foreboding about the coming months. To honor the sun and ensure its continued strength, ancient peoples developed rituals and ceremonies. These might include lighting bonfires, singing, dancing, and offering gifts to the sun. Such traditions were believed to encourage the sun to shine brightly and to protect the community from misfortune. The solstice became a time for gathering, feasting, and expressing gratitude for the earth's bounty. Over time, these early celebrations laid the foundation for sun worship and the careful observation of the seasons in countless cultures around the world. The ancient roots of midsummer remind us of our deep connection to the rhythms of nature and the enduring power of the sun in shaping human life and culture. In the Iron Age, the Celts revered the sun as a powerful life-giving force, central to their beliefs and daily existence. The sun was not just a source of light and warmth, but a symbol of renewal, growth, and the turning of the seasons. Its journey across the sky marked the passage of time and the rhythm of agricultural life. While specific solstice festivals from the Celtic world are not well documented in written records, archaeological evidence and later folklore suggest that the changing of the seasons was deeply significant. The Celts likely observed the solstices and equinoxes, gathering at sacred sites to honor the sun's power at its height and its return after winter's darkness. Bonfires, a lasting tradition, were lit atop hills and in open fields to honor and strengthen the sun, especially during midsummer. These great fires were believed to help the sun in its journey, ensuring warmth and light for crops and people alike. People danced around these fires, leaping through the flames or circling them in ritual, seeking purification, protection from harm, and good luck for the coming year. The act of dancing and celebrating together reinforced community bonds and the shared hope for prosperity. Sacred waters, too, were venerated by the Celts. Springs, rivers and wells were seen as gateways to the other world, places where offerings of flowers, coins or crafted objects were made to honor the spirits and seek blessings for health and fertility. Fire and water rituals together symbolized the balance of natural forces, sun and earth, warmth and nourishment. Through these ceremonies, the Celts celebrated the sun's power, the earth's fertility and their own connection to the cycles of nature. In Scandinavia, midsummer was a celebration of light triumphing over darkness. The Norse lit bonfires to honor the sun and protect against evil spirits. Community gatherings around these fires strengthened social ties. Norse mythology emphasized the sun's importance, with midsummer marking the peak of power for gods like Thor and Frey. Homes were decorated with greenery, symbolizing the earth's fertility. Christianity absorbed the solstice into its calendar, designating June 24th as St. John's Day. Midsummer bonfires became St. John's fires, maintaining their purpose of purification and protection. The festival was a time of public celebration with feasts, parades and games. Social hierarchies relaxed, fostering community identity. Herbalism and folk magic persisted, with plants like St. John's wort gathered for their potent properties. The solstice sun symbolizes peak strength and life-giving energy. It represents truth and enlightenment, holding darkness at bay. However, it also marks the beginning of decline, introducing themes of sacrifice and transformation. The Oak King and Holly King myth embodies this cycle, with the Oak King reigning at midsummer before yielding to the Holly King. This narrative reflects the natural balance of growth and decay, light and darkness. Fire, water and herbs are central to midsummer rituals. Bonfires symbolize the sun's power and bring communities together. Water rituals at sacred sites offer healing and blessings. Herbs gathered at the solstice are believed to hold magical properties. These elements address ancient concerns of honoring the divine and ensuring well-being. Modern paganism, particularly Wicca, revived the solstice as Litha. Celebrations blend historical traditions with contemporary practices. Bonfires, solar deities and rituals harness the sun's energy. Water and herbs remain integral, with offerings made at springs. Litha altars and seasonal feasts connect participants to the day's spirit. It is a time for personal reflection and aligning with the solstice's energy. The summer solstice is a timeless celebration of light and life. Its core essence remains consistent across cultures and eras. Midsummer traditions reveal a deep understanding of symbolism and ritual. They foster community and connect us to nature's cycles. The solstice invites us to pause and appreciate the sun's journey, reminding us of our place in the cosmos. I hope you enjoyed this journey. If you did, please feel free to like and subscribe to join the Wellness Tribe for more sunny content.